up from sometimes a dull and gloomy place. You know, there's so much talent all over Tobago. So all you community groups, you youth groups, police youth clubs, all the clubs and groups that we have, let's start looking for these talents and supporting them and harnessing them so that they too can stand on an international stage representing Tobago. And of course, you know, his story gives hope to young people coming up. You know, it gives them the confidence to know that it doesn't matter where your background is, what your background is, what your life is like, you can achieve, you can attain once you remain focused. And he mentioned, of course, keeping God at the center of everything that he does. So, you know, we just want to say thank you to Juvon for that, and I want to congratulate Tobago for coming out to support him in that way. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for staying with us. We want to thank you, of course, for always choosing the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It's always a pleasure to come into your homes to bring news as it relates to things happening in and around Tobago. It's always a pleasure having you with us. And I just want to say good morning to a few of you who are already on the live this morning. You know, I want to say good morning to Marcelin Melville Jack. She's there. Charla Ramsey Roberts, who is also online. I want to say good morning to Nisa Catterson. Good morning, Pearl Murray Beard, a loyal viewer. We want to say thank you so much for being with us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go straight on into our birthday shout-outs this morning. Yes, our birthday shout-out is up next. And on screen, celebrating a birthday this morning is Miss Petal Alexander. Petal Alexander is celebrating a birthday this morning, and we want to say happy birthday to you, Petal. We wish you God's blessings upon your life as you celebrate this birthday, as we enter into the weekend. Yes, we do hope the celebrations are grand. Happy birthday to you. And also celebrating a birthday is Derek Cowan. Derek Cowan, it is your birthday, and we want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We pray God's blessings upon your life. We pray that you do enjoy your birthday and enjoy the weekend and all the celebrations and the love that comes with a birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right, viewers, as we always say, thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying with us. I see more people coming on the live this morning. Renrick Job, Brenda Campbell, loyal viewers, Lissel James. Good morning to you. Good morning to my parents, Sharon Irvin Cumby and Jeremiah Cumby. Good morning to my siblings, Wimana Cumby, Aklima Cumby, Kidar Cumby. Yes, they are my siblings, and I want to big them up this morning. Good morning for always supporting me in everything I do. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for your comments. And of course, remember, we spoke sometime on the program that we want to hear what are your Christmas traditions. What are the things you enjoy around Christmas time? What are the things you do around Christmas time? How do you prepare for bringing in the Christmas season with your family and friends and loved ones? So leave a comment on the live and let us know what you do to celebrate Christmas. For us, our family, we have a big family breakfast, yes, and we really enjoy it. We really enjoy our breakfast. So I just want to hear what you have going on and what do you do to celebrate your Christmas season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on over right now to news in 90 seconds with Tanika Cruikshank, and sponsored by B-Mobile.
Thank you, Adana. I am Tanika Cruikshank, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Friday the 8th of December 2023, brought to you by B-Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Progressive Democratic Patriots leader, political leader, and Assemblyman Watson Duke is set to stand trial on a 2016 rape charge and indecent assault committed by Port of Spain Magistrate Marisa Gomez. Duke was granted $250,000 bail. The charges alleged acts of serious indecency and non-consensual intercourse with a union employee at the Public Service Association headquarters and the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Duke, the former PSA president, maintains innocence, claiming he was set up. His trial will proceed following the recent developments. The Gender Affairs Unit of Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection collaborated with the United Nations Population Fund to conduct a 2-day shelter management workshop in Tobago, supported by the UN Refugee Agency. The workshop aims to update stakeholders on shelter operations for the vulnerable. Secretary Dr. Faith B. Israel emphasized the importance of safety in treating vulnerable communities during emergencies. The workshop held amid the 16-day of activism against gender-based violence, focused on a gender-based violence awareness and preparedness action. Participants were urged to implement the shared information in their organizations. Soon, there will be more freedom of movement around CARICOM nations. Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Dr. Amri Brown, underscored the significance of unity at the CARICOM single market economy. Focal Point Attachment Program in Port of Spain. Brown announced the head of the government's commitment to full free movement of CARICOM nationals and urged engagement with ministries and civil societies. He expressed optimism about realizing free movement through collaborative CSME implementations. CSME Director Leo Preville highlighted successful outcomes for the discussion and stressed adhere to guidelines for implementation. And that was your news in 90 seconds, brought to you by B Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B Mobile.
News in 90 seconds was brought to you by B Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B Mobile.
Christmas we celebrating, cause B-Mobile they coming with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prizes, cause this season will be pure nice. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price, the most giveaways, the most para. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Bring me sorry, let me toast to a Merry Christmas. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up or pay your bills. Enjoy the best Trinbago Christmas. B-Mobile. Life is on.
Welcome back to the Morning Show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adana Kumbi, your host for today. And what do we have for you on the show? This morning we'll be speaking with the Honorable Lawrence Hislop, Senator, Parliament, Trinidad and Tobago, and we're speaking about the People's National Movement Tobago Council 25th Anniversary and Awards Cocktail celebration, which takes place this weekend. And we're also speaking with Karen Stewart Duncan. She's the Assistant Superintendent of the TTPS. We're talking about TTPS Annual Christmas Concert 2023, always something to look forward to. And later on in sports, of course, it is Friday, so we'll be speaking about sports as well. We speak to Kenya Yaya Cordner, her performance in the Chinese Football League. Yeah, she's representing us there in China. And also we speak with Soren Bishop. He is the head coach of Mercury Athletic Club. And we're talking about the season ignition. Yes, those are the conversations we'll be having in studio with our guests today, and we hope that you stay with us right throughout the entire show. So we have a nice show for you. Of course, it's Christmas time, so we're getting into the Christmas spirit. Let's not forget that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a short break, and when we come back, we start our conversations. But before we go, of course, we invite you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
So your car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McAl Group.
Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2 and 3 bedroom fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
Light up the Christmas with the best fiber. Surfboard channel switch to Amplia. Thousands in prizes, plenty smart TVs. 1 year free service. suffering with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. We been drinking with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. Sign up now for 50% off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663.
Don't be fearful or ignorant about diseases. The opportunity to learn how to effectively work with or even reverse sicknesses is here. Do you know someone that is suffering from an illness? You are invited to come and learn in this in-depth, hands-on training program. Call this number and reserve your space in this God-inspired, hands-on medical missionary training program going on in Tobago. See you there.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you for choosing us and thank you for staying with us. We are in studio and we're speaking about the Tobago National Movement Tobago Council, their 25th anniversary and award ceremony taking place this weekend. And in studio we have the Honorable Lawrence Hislop. He is the PRO of the Tobago Council, and we also have the chairman of the council as well to give us some information, Mr. Larry Paul, to give us some information and updates as it relates to the celebration. Good morning, gentlemen, in your red. It's Christmas time. I know the red is for your party, but we're talking Christmas this morning. It's Christmas time. It's a festive time. So welcome to the program this morning. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, and thank you for having us.
Right.
It's a pleasure being here.
Of course.
Good morning to your listening and viewing audience as
right.
well.
Thank
and of
you.
course, good morning Tobago.
Of course, of course. So we're talking about an annual 25 years, celebrating 25 years of service. Right, and we just want to talk a little bit about how it has been the journey, the 25 years, the ups, the downs, the challenges, the wins, the losses, of course, and where we are today and what are we celebrating. Because if we're having an anniversary and an award, it means that we are celebrating something that we are proud of. So we want to have that conversation this morning.
Yes,
so tell us.
Certainly, and thank you. We have, of course, the People's National Movement have a lot to celebrate, and it's our silver anniversary. We are celebrating 25 years of the People's National Movement Tobago Council, which was formed in 1998. And of course, we have our ups and we have our downs. And most importantly, for 21 of those 25 years, we were in governance. And we have seen the transformation of Tobago. And that's a lot to be proud of. If you want to start in terms of the wins, you look at the transformation of our roads, transformation of our institutions. We have constructed a number of schools in that 25 years, purchased in lands like you remember that thing at Pigeon Point. Pigeon Point was a serious situation in Tobago, the whole of Tobago. And of course, we purchased Pigeon Point. We now have it and we enjoy Pigeon Point. And there are a number of other schools, health centers. Not only that, but personnel, where persons will now have access to education through the grants. And if you look at the hospital now, when you go up there, only locals. So I'm saying we have a lot to celebrate. I can list a number of things for you in the time. We're really thankful to the people of Tobago as well, and those who have contributed. And that is why we are celebrating this year. That's why we are honoring 26 persons this year, actually, because it's 25 years. But we have our special persons, so we have 26 persons this year in terms of our celebration.
There's a question, the burning question I'd like to ask. For any level of success, there must be challenges. You must have to overcome some hurdles, some obstacles, some resistance, some even rebellion. How has the council What was the approach to overcome the challenges, to see your deliverables, to see your successes, to see where you are today? What was the approach, and how did you get to overcoming the things that are, some of the challenges can be hidden, some of them you just have to deal with them head on. How did you overcome those challenges?
Well, of course, we are praying people. But of course, any new institution, because the Tobago Council was new. We had Tobago East and Tobago West constituencies. And of course, we moved to the General Council to make that change to the convention, and it was made and accepted. And from there on, we were able to get our first leader, Mr. Over London, who had a lot of charm and was there as a teacher and was able to help us to understand and grow. And we have other leaders from those persons who were down in the trenches. The Women's League was very strong. It was the Beatrice Julian, Lydia Paul, Cynthia Alfred, coming together, talking to young people and guiding us to the way forward.
You said that Lydia Paul so casually and humbly. I loved her dearly. She taught me at White. That's many years ago.
Yes. So we were really happy to have those persons as our foundation. They are guiding us through this process. And of course, relations one with another is always challenging. But once you continue to communicate and we're able to oversee all those challenges, where we can today be proud of 25 years. I'm proud as a Tobagonian and also proud as a member of the People's National Movement.
Yes, we've had our wins and the recent disappointments that we've had, but this says that we're still resilient. This says that the party remains relevant. The party is vibrant. We have our challenges in rebuilding, but I think this is a key event that says not only to our party members, but Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago, that the Tobago Council is still active, the Tobago Council is still relevant. And so party members are invited to come out, bring somebody. We're going to have a fun time Saturday evening from 6 p.m. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. We'll pack out fairways so that party members could be part and parcel of this event on Saturday.
And of course, it gives hope in light of, as you mentioned, the challenges. Of course, you have your challenges and, you have to rebuild. So an event like this, especially at the end of the year, Christmas time, is a good time to plug in there. Listen, there's hope. We can do this. We're still together. We're going to rise above. So I want to give you congratulations to you all for your 25 years of staying together. I mean, to keep something going, even a marriage, a relationship, anything that lasts through the test of times is something worth. So I want to congratulate you guys, of course.
And it's good to honor. It's good to honor those who have worked, because one of the things Chairman may have missed is that the 15 members that we are honoring are some of our grassroots members from each electoral district. And this is the plan going forward every year, that our grassroots members, those who have worked in the trenches for those 25 years, those who made sure that those 21 years we were successful in governance. It is the grassroots membership that got us those wins, that were there in the trenches working. And so we're coming out to honor some of those people this year and every year going forward.
And honoring people is very honorable. If I could put it like that. So, and again, congratulations to you guys. We're speaking about the People's National Movement, 25 years, celebrating 25 years of operation in Tobago, the Tobago Council. This weekend is the awards ceremony and anniversary celebration there at the fairways. It is free to all members of the party, and they are celebrating their wins, overcoming their challenges, and awarding people who have, committed themselves and their lives to the growth and development of the party and bringing people up to ensure the party continues. So congratulations to you guys, and thank you so much for coming in studio this morning to share that information with us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a short break before we continue conversations with our guest in studio. And of course, before we go, I'm going to invite you guys for us to say this tagline together. We are going to invite you to share the lives, share the lives, share the lives. We'll be back.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch Number 1, the building formerly occupied by Costa. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at Number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, Building 1 and 2.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Tobago
Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
We party till we drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adana Kambi, and we continue conversations in studio with our guests. Right now we're going to be speaking with Karen Stewart Duncan. She's the Assistant Superintendent of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Services, and we're talking about the annual Christmas concert for 2023. Tis the season for all things Christmas, Christmas party, Christmas concert, Christmas celebrations. Yes. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning to your viewers.
Of course, and thank you for being here this morning. So the annual Christmas concert is coming up.
Yes.
It's this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow, right. Yes. So tell us about it.
Okay, so over the years, except for when COVID took place, the police service has been having these concerts as a way of giving back to the community. So it's spread out throughout the nation. So on the 15th, we were in Sapa. On the 1st of December, which was the 15th of November, sorry. Yeah. On the 1st of December, we were in Napa, and Tobago gets its opportunity tomorrow night. Right. So this concert generally involves police officers. You get to see we get to showcase our talent, and also the police band is here. And and I don't apologize for saying this, the best band in the land.
Of course, put that plug in there.
Yes, anybody wants to challenge me, they can talk to me about that afterwards.
certainly. Yes. But I want to agree that the police band is top notch.
Yes, so they're going to be here. The band is going to be here for the weekend, starting off with the concert. So we start promptly at 8 p.m. at Shaw Park Complex. We had tickets initially. It is a free concert. Let me put that out there. We had tickets initially, and those went like hot bread.
Wow.
So now there are no tickets available, but that is not a reason not to come, because all the ticket does for you is really allow you to get refreshment. And at 8 p.m. in the night, not eat. The health gurus will tell you, well, it's best not to have anything too heavy in the night anyway. So we just want you to come as we say thank you for your support throughout 2023, and work with us as we go into the coming year. So it's free. You get to experience what would be considered, you may probably pay $300 for. You get that for free. And you get to hear the Tobago talent, not only the Tobago police officers, but we have that unique opportunity to also incorporate persons who are not police officers but exist in the Tobago space, and you get to hear them for free.
Us for free, for free part.
Yes.
It's the season to give back. So,
yes.
And I know there's a lot of talent right within the TTPS.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see what they're coming with, because there's always an element of surprise.
Right.
There's always somebody on stage who you did not expect to see performing, somebody who you did not know had any measure of talent whatsoever from within the service. So
that would not be me.
I was hoping there. But that's all right. So it's exciting times. I know you said some of the talents in the Tobago space. You could give away any names. names? Or?
Yes, Precious Regis, yeah. Kirsch Ramsey is supposed to be there. Those are names that are familiar to the Tobago space. Michelle Williams, those are names that, you know, are familiar in the Tobago space. But we're going to have largely police officers performing at the concert.
Right, and you said although the tickets are all gone, you can still come. You can come, just walk in from 8 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, well, the doors open at 7 because we start promptly at 8. So we don't want people to get there at 8 and, you know, you miss the start of it. So we ask guests to be seated by 7:45. So we open at 7. Come there around 7, get in, get a good seat, and wait to start, you know, at 8. And we have a door prize. So the question is, well, how are we giving a door prize and tickets are gone? But we have catered for that.
Right.
So we have leveled the playing field. Whether you have a ticket or not, we are going to put systems in place so everybody has an equal opportunity to win a television, courtesy Fog Angels. Yes. So
listen, look how you're making me want to come. Not that I need a television, but I mean, people like giveaways, you know. It's an incentive.
Yes.
You know, it's something worth looking forward to, you know, and it's something, it's festive time.
Yes.
And there's always something happening. And I love to participate in or attend Christmas events or events that happen at the end of the year.
Right.
Because they bring some measure of some coziness. It makes you feel cozy.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like it brings in the Christmas love and the Christmas cheer. So it's something to look forward to. So viewers, you know, it's happening this Saturday at the Shore Park Complex. Tomorrow, actually. And they start off promptly. You remember, Superintendent said they start off promptly at 8, and this is what they do. They are sticklers to time. So you want to be there on time. The doors open from 7 p.m. It's free for all, whether you have a ticket or not. If you don't have a ticket, the earlier you show up, the better for you. Get there. Yes, you make sure you get your seat. You make sure you get the opportunity to win that television. She's not telling me what size the television is, but that's okay. You can still win it. Once you get there, the opportunity is there for you to win. And of course, to enjoy our local talents.
Yes, it's our opportunity. Christmas is all about giving. Yeah, it's about expressing love, thanks. That's it. So we have always used this concert as an opportunity to give back to the community. I mean, 2023 has been a challenging year, but we have had some wins, and we want to say thanks to the public for their contribution to those successes. Yeah.
And we want to say thank you for saying thank you, if we can say that, you know, because sometimes our labor of love can go unnoticed.
Yes.
You know, so we really appreciate the TTPS, and we're always excited when you come on the program to give us updates and information and advice as we exist in the space that is Tobago, to ensure our safety and stuff like that. So we want to say thank you, and we want to say thank you for this concert as well.
Yes.
And you know, for all our viewers out there, let's go. Let's see the people who running down the bandits and the criminals. They're gonna be on stage with a mic in their hand singing. You know, so we want to be there to support them, because they have supported us throughout the entire year.
I would want to also add, like I said, the police band is going to be here for the weekend, and they're going to have a community concert as well on Sunday as part of the TRHA Children's Christmas Treat up at the hospital. So that's another opportunity to hear them again. Free. Yeah. free. So, you know, so they have come across to Tobago for this weekend to give Tobago, to say thanks to Tobago, tomorrow night at the concert, and then on Sunday at the Children's Christmas Treat. So, you know, you have your children, they can come out, and, you know, at least it's something to aspire to. You can see, because we have Tobagonians who are part of the Tobago, the police band, you know. So it's an opportunity. If you have that, your children are so musically inclined, you can see an opportunity that they can, a direction that they can possibly head in the not too distant future.
Right. And as you're talking about community, are there any other community events happening this year for the TTPS, the Tobago?
Not from the Tobago end, because like I said, this is the last concert.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so we are culminating everything, right? So I'm trusting that, you know, Tobago would give a good showing. That's because unlike the other two spaces, Shore Park has the capacity. Yeah, it has the capacity to hold, a lot of people. So that's why we're saying, come out. Let us say thanks to you. Come and enjoy a nice evening with us. And the commissioner, she's going to be present. Come and enjoy that evening as we say thank you for your for working alongside us throughout 2023.
All right, thank you so much for coming in and giving us that information and letting us know that this concert is free for all. It is free. The TTPS is giving back to us. Thank you so much, Assistant Superintendent Karen Stewart Duncan, for bringing that information to us and raising that level of excitement as we head into Christmas, as we celebrate love, as we celebrate each other, and as we work together for improving the spaces that we live in here on the island of Tobago. The TTPS band is going to be there, as well as performances by police officers from right here in Tobago and the Tobago talent. So all are invited, happening this weekend at the Shore Park complex. They kick off promptly at 8, doors open from 7 p.m. All are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Information, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue after the break. We're going to continue having conversations with our guest in studio with Marcus Daniel, Mr. Cricket, our sports host this morning. But before we head on over to him, of course, we invite you to stay with us. And while you stay with us, we want you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
Standard, and today we're launching High. It's our newest brand that Standard is launching, and it's where luxury meets affordability. We're very proud of this brand. It's taken some time to get the right collection in place, and we're also going to continue to improve on our collection as time goes by and we listen to our customers more. We've changed our suppliers for this collection to European suppliers, so you're going to get that European finish. We've been very pleased by some of the results that we've been seeing in terms and response to it in the market, and we're so glad to bring it to Tobago and show Tobago what Standard could, grow with them as well.
It's not just about looking good or having materials that are easily cleaned or sustainable materials, because the important thing about this particular collection is that it is quality. It is meant to last, and it lives up to the Standard name about never beating on quality and price. This furniture particularly, especially our outdoor line, which ranges from fiberglass, plastic types of outdoor stools, outdoor chairs, even the outdoor furniture, it is built to last.
That's the importance with High, right? It's not only looking good, it's going to feature things that make your life easier, and it's not too damaging on the pocket. That's important for us.
This furniture fits the lifestyle of Tobago, of the Tobago customer, of the Tobago guest. It is the perfect type of furniture for you.
moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Yes, good morning, of course. Welcome back to Tobago Updates Television. I want to thank you so much for, of course, staying with us and, of course, sharing the live as well. I want to thank Dana Combi for holding down the first half hour. And as we jump into sport this morning, just to give you a taste of what's on the program this morning, a sporting morning, Friday, 8th December. Yes, we are in the Christmas season, the festive season. And I want to say this morning we're pleased to have international footballer Kenya Yaya Cordner. We also have Mr. Shawen Bishop, track and field coach. He's going to join us live in studio. And of course, Kenya is all the way out there in China. Of course, she joins us live, and I'm pleased to bring her in now. Let me say good morning to Kenya. Good morning to Yaya.
Well, good morning to you, Marcus, but it is night here, so it's good night to me here.
Right, so how do you say good night in Chinese?
I can't remember.
You can't. I'll leave it at that. And how are you this morning? Or how are you this? Well, I'm in Tobago, morning time here, and night time by you. How are you, Kenya?
I'm doing fine, actually. Well, the season actually finished last Saturday, so just relaxing and waiting for time to come home.
Fantastic. I mean, and you talk about the season ending last Saturday. You're just enjoying the scenery there in China still?
Well, for most time I've been in my room because, trust me, China is a different place.
Right.
And it wasn't what I expected. It's really different.
Right.
But to cope here, you really have to be strong mentally.
Yeah, and let's talk about that difference you talk about in terms of you have played around the world, numerous teams, and I mean this is your first time you have been to China playing with a club in China. I mean, let's tell us about that experience and what makes it different to the other countries that you would have traveled to and played with different clubs as well.
Well, first off, the language barrier, because you know this is Chinese, and you this is a language that's very difficult. If you don't know, it is very difficult. But just it's like, for me personally, when I first got here and I see how they just like stare at me, I was like, okay, maybe it's like they never see black people in their life and they're just amazed by what they see. But after you start getting into the routine and you see how things is going, it's literally not like that. It's basically they like take their phones out, take pictures of you, take videos of you, and when it is that you turn back the phone on them, they don't like it and stuff. And then for the football, like me knowing that I was coming to China, I did not know that this team was at the bottom of the table because I had so much going on with my tournament and the camp, so I wasn't really looking into what situation I was coming into. And it's not until I get here in China with the team that they were like, oh, the team is in 12th place and they're in like relegation zone. And it was a lot of pressure on me coming in here to try to rectify the problem and try to score as much goals as possible to get the team out of relegation zone. But putting pressure on me is not going to help stuff. It's just going to make things worse because you're having other players and you're not telling them to give an effort like you're telling me. You want me to be superhero and try to do everything, and football is not like that. You have to believe in the players that you have also with me there, and that's the only way we could overcome and accomplish something. But it was too much pressure on me. At one point in time, I really wanted to give up. Like I spoke to you and I tell you how it was going and everything. And I just continued to pray and ask God to give me the strength each day because trust me, it has been very challenging for the last 4+ months living in China.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that you would have been through all that ordeal, and anyway, God is great, and you would have actually achieved the purpose of what they wanted out of you in terms of saving the team from relegation. Were you the only person of color on the team?
No, actually, I was one of 3. So it was 3 of us, 2 Nigerian and myself.
Okay, and I guess those were your closest buddies on the team.
Pretty much, yeah.
and let's go through this season there. Yeah. On set now we are seeing a goal scored by I think one of the person of color. Tell me about that game that you would have scored. I mean, how many goals you would have scored, and where's the team now in terms of which zone or which division were they, and where are they now going to be placed with saving qualification, saving relegation?
Okay, so when I came, the team was actually in 12th place with 6 points, and after that we played because as soon as I landed in China, the Saturday was my first game. So I came here on, let me see, and it was probably Monday or Tuesday, and I had us to play on Saturday. And basically we didn't win that first game that I played was a 6-0 loss. And with the turnaround now, we played this is the team that we played last Saturday, and we won 1-0 to save the team from relegation. So we jumped from 12th to 10th.
Right.
So when you in 10th position, you automatically safe for the next season in the top league.
Yeah, I'm seeing you also. You have on a headband there. Were you
No, that
injured
wasn't a headband.
during the game?
Actually, I went up to head a ball, and 2 of us clashed, and my head was bleeding.
Right.
So they had us to make it stop bleed somehow, and they wanted me to stop the game. I was like, no, I will continue to play. And right after that, when I went back, that is when I scored the goal.
So you're feeling better now?
So feeling much better. Well, I get hit here and there and everywhere, but I had us to do what the monster had to do, because sometimes when you have been pressured so much to do, and the pressure is so much that it almost break you, and God show up at the right timing to make sure that you allow these people to be quiet, because if it wasn't for me, we would have still have to play a game on the 11th to stay in the league, because if we had finished 11th, we had was to play a playoff.
Right. So is that, I mean, you have mentioned so many challenges in China there, but you have adopted the alias monster mentality. Is that testament to your character as a footballer? Is it that you developed that name for yourself, or someone gave you that tagline, monster mentality?
Actually, someone gave me monster, but I, after Kobe died, his slogan is Mamba mentality. So I was like, maybe I could change mine to monster mentality. So that is how the monster mentality came out. But the monster came from me playing in Indiana one time, and Janelle James actually was like, we cannot call you Yaya Monster anymore. Oh, Yaya. We have to call you Yaya Monster, because the stuff that you are doing out on the field is very monstrous. So you have to be called Yaya Monster. So that is where Monster came in.
So what's next for Kenya Yaya Cordner? What's next for you? You are now, you celebrated your 35th birthday last month. Unfortunately, not the best month of the year, October, but we're going to take that. I mean, what's next for Yaya? What's next for you?
Well, as one door closed, a million open. So just waiting on my agent to see which one is, because it have a lot of opportunities to me. I just need to decide where I need to go. And it's like, right after China, I have to jump back into football again. So I have to decide if I want to go right away or I need to take a break. Because this old body need a little bit of rest. It's 35. So the old body needs to rest a little bit.
Yeah, but definitely not returning to China.
China is not bad. Just the situation that I've been put in with this team, it was a bit overbearing. It was too much for one person to handle. But in the end, I overcome and I shut them up. So,
yeah. And Yaya, what would you want to tell other young aspiring female footballers? Because we had a situation where we had 2 recently selected to the national team, Talia Martin and Angelisha Alexander, and I mean, I think many would put you down as a person that would have paved the way for a number of other young female footballers from Tobago. What would you want to tell those youngsters that would have gone on to play for the national team and others who are aspiring to be just as you?
I will say to them that if football is something that you really love and you're really passionate about it, is to go after it, because there's a lot of opportunities out there. Because while I was 13, I made the national team when I was 15, and so can anyone who is willing to go out and put in the work for it, because sky has no limit, and if you're willing to put in the work and go after what you believe in, nobody can tell you that you're not good enough.
Okay.
You are the only person that can tell you that you're not good enough, and once you know that you are good enough to accomplish any and everything in this life that you set out for, you go after it, despite all the critics, because if you listen to the critics, you will not go nowhere in life. And I'm a living testimony of that, because I did not listen to the critics, and I played football all over the world.
Yeah, well, Yaya, I mean, despite the challenges out there, you know, we are very proud of you. When I say we, Tobago, Trinidad, very, very proud of your accomplishment. You would have saved the team from relegation. And of course, we want to wish you, I mean, should I say Merry Christmas out in China, or are you going to be back home in time for Christmas?
I'm ready to come home. No,
so,
I've missed Christmas for the past 5 years. I need to spend Christmas home this time around.
Fantastic. I mean, we're going to pick up this conversation when you get here. I want to wish you a safe journey back to Tobago, and of course, take care of yourself out there in China. Thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. Yes, we have been speaking there with Kenya Yaya Cordner, international footballer. I mean, you see what the footballers, and not just footballers, but sportsmen, international sportsmen, they have to go through, I mean, just to represent themselves, their country, and to earn a living. And I really want to tip my hat to Yaya, and I mean, to survive, you know, changing culture, different culture, and still come through on the better end of things. I commend her on that, and I wish her a safe journey home. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to return with Mr. Sowen Bishop, and he's talking about the Mercury Ignition, the start of the track and field season, Trinidad and Tobago. Don't forget to share the live. We return right after the break.
There's a tale of goodwill, and with a cheerful chance, you'll witness all its glory and splendor in a glance.
A Christmas story to put your emotions in a trance. And luckily, rhythmic vibrations coming out to sing, act, play, and dance.
The Rhythmic Vibrations and Rhythm Babes Performing Arts Company presents My Christmas Story.
And 'tis the season for a tremendous tale.
Ah, yes. Sunday, December 17th from 6 p.m. sharp at the Shore Park Cultural Complex.
Bring the entire family to enjoy this heartwarming production.
Tickets cost $150 for adults and $75 for children.
Tickets are available at Den's Electrical Port Mall, Scarborough, Tobago, or via any company member. For more information, contact 773-1426.
See you there.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Yes, welcome back, and of course, thank you so much for staying with us here on Tobago Updates Television. We're talking sports this morning. We just heard from Kenya Yaya Cordner out there in China. I want to wish you all the best, of course, in the journey back to Trinidad and Tobago. On set this morning, for the second and final interview, we have Mr. Sowen Bishop, and he is representing Mercury Athletic Club, and they have a program that will be, in fact, an event that starts in January. Good morning to you, Mr. Bishop.
Morning, Marcus, and good morning to Tobago.
Yeah, fantastic. Mercury Ignition. This is what, the second stage of it, right?
This is the first version of Season Ignition. What we had done previously was a juvenile grassroots classic in Speyside, and this year we decided to up to improve.
Yeah, so tell me about the name, Mercury Ignition.
So it's called Mercury Season Ignition.
Right.
It's the first meet of the track and field season.
Right.
And
that's a Trinidad and Tobago track and field season.
We wanted it to be the first meet of the track and field season in the country. However, we the entries wanted to host the first meet, which is the 7th. That date is still tentative. We're hoping that at least our event would be the first on the island. So we know for sure it's going to be the first on the island. I don't know what developments would come within the next couple of weeks, but it may be the first meet for the entire country.
What does it benefit your club to be the first?
Well, because our club is the fire club, we want to start things off. So that's why we went with the name Ignition, to ignite, to start.
Right, so to tell the viewing public about this event, the date, the venue, I mean, how to get in, all these different things.
All right, so some more information. The event would be held on the 14th of January, 2024. We have tickets that are on sale. We have students. The students' tickets are $20 across the board. That's secondary school students. We have early bird tickets for adults, which is $30. We are hoping that people would come and buy their tickets early, because by the door is a different price. So we're hoping that people would. So thank you for the advertisement that's on the screen. We have 3 public interest events, Marcus. 3. Apart from just the Akko Hislop and the Dwight St. Hilaire's running. So we have 3 public interest events.
Let's take a pin there, because you mentioned Dwight and Akko and those guys, right? So are they members of the Mercury Club?
Well,
or they
are track and field. They are from the track and field community in Tobago, more so the Kaizen Athletic Club.
Okay.
So our events, we have Lalini Grant, who is a member of Mercury Athletic Club.
And she's a national record holder.
She's a national junior record holder in the discus. She's featured to participate. We have some new and upcoming athletes like Akinde Mackenzie, who is going to be featured in the long jump. We're hoping that at least he could put on a performance. It's not a name that much people know about, but we've been doing a lot of work with him. So I'm putting his name out there. Remember the name?
not
Akinde Mackenzie, not Carlos Marquez at all. Right. And we have events for our juveniles. So the under 9s, the under 11s, the under 13s, they are also going to have a part to play. But we have 3 public interest events that we really want the public to be a part of. The first one is the servicemen relay.
Servicemen.
Servicemen.
Fire officers, police.
Versus police versus army, right? The format is really 2 males, 2 females. I've already contacted a number of the key personnel,
and they have
already
committed. Oh
committed.
My gosh. That's something to look for. Are they running in their uniform?
Well,
I would love to see a police running a solo.
That would be interesting, right? We also have coming out of the just concluded assembly divisions. They had a sports day on Saturday night last.
Oh, right.
So coming out of that, I was, I said, you know what would be nice? To have the divisions bring a relay team.
Interdivision.
Yeah, interdivision relay. So we want to see the division.
And it's going to be mixed.
Mixed relay. 2 males, 2 females. We want to see the division personnel bring the relay team.
Yeah, so I think I can represent the education division.
Yes, man. We want you to bring your team.
Okay, when I'm 40 meters, not 100.
You think you'll beat Karen? You think you'll beat Karen Adam?
Karen can't come close to me.
All right.
Yeah, Karen can. In fact, let me right.
And the last one is a teachers mixed relay. So we're not looking at just secondary school teachers. We want the different schools to partner. So for example, we have Speyside High School. We want Speyside High School to partner with Speyside Anglican and Charlottesville Methodist. And there's our next school in Charlottesville, SDA.
That's fantastic.
So there's collaboration among the schools. We have Roxborough Secondary. They can partner with Roxborough Anglican, Belgarden, and bring a relay team. Scarborough Sec could partner with Scarborough Methodist and Scarborough Anglican. Bring a team. Light and Life could partner with the Light and Life Primary and so on. That's what we want to see. We want to see the teachers collaborate and bring a team, 2 males, 2 females, and have the students interested in seeing them participate.
So what about the coaches as well? You have a coaches race?
Nah,
I mean, the coaches coaching, we want to see the coaches in action too.
No coaches relay for this one. It's a coaches relay for another meet. Yes.
Right. So basically, the event is put on by the Mercury Athletic Club.
Yes.
But it's an invitation for the whole athletic fraternity in Tobago. Are we going to have anyone coming from the clubs in Trinidad as well?
Well, hopefully we have the advertisement out. So they were already invited. So we hope that at least a couple of the clubs from Trinidad can come up for this grand ignition.
Yeah, and it's a one-day event.
It's a one-day event. We have it right now starting at 10 o'clock. So we have some of the field events taking place in the morning and a lot of the marquee events in the evening.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Sounds really, really, really good. And in terms of registration, how can someone register who probably currently viewing this interview?
All right, so the registration is normally done through the club system. So to make things a little bit easier, you either get registered in my club or you get registered in any of the other clubs that are in Tobago.
Oh, fantastic! And before I let you go, Seren, right? 2023. Tell me about some successes and your accomplishments, highlights for the club and your athletes.
Well, what I've been hearing a lot is a lot of coaches have been talking about coming out of COVID. I think we have passed that. It's now time for us to really consolidate on what happened during COVID and move on and stop harboring on COVID. COVID was the past. I mean, it's something that happened, but now we have a lot of athletes coming out who are interested, and persons who are interested have been training. And one of the things that I really was happy about this year was that a lot of the athletes bottled down and did what they had to do. Some of the best performances we had from our athletes were this year. We have So we're looking at that as a platform to launch for bigger things for 2024.
Fantastic. And of course, next year is an Olympic year. And who knows, maybe we may have 1 or 2 coming from your club.
Well, we have the truth is we do have a few persons who are in university who are training.
Right.
We have already spoken to them. We have sat down along with their coaches that are in the States. And we have sort of come up, these are some of the goals that, and listen, it has to be the athletes that have that ambition.
Yeah.
I mean, we might want to see them do it, but turning pro, Marcus, or going on that next level is our next thing. And I think the other night we had Natoya Beard and Jeremy Richards talking about on a Zoom platform where they got a lot of the athletes from Trinidad and Tobago actually telling them about the pathway to get to university. So there's a big jump from the amateur into pro. I mean, we as the public sometimes don't understand. The viewing public doesn't understand the intricacies of having to make an Olympic team. It's really, really hard work. But
of course, qualifying.
We never know what can happen.
Yeah, and before I let you go, just one more time, Soren, tell the people time, date, and all these different things.
All right, so it's January the 14th, Dwight York Stadium, 10 a.m. You can get tickets, from on the advertisement. So my number is 799-4111, or you can go to Heritage Sport, who is also partnering with us, and you can also purchase tickets there. Remember, it's $20 for secondary school children, $30 for early bird adults, and I must tell you that all primary school children, I don't know if I remember saying that, primary school children are free.
Yeah. That should be good. Of course, Mercury Ignition. Who knows, if we get down there on the 14th, you may be able to see me run against Karen and the other guys who think that they can beat me in a sprint, But good stuff, sir, and I'm looking forward to this season ignition. And guys, once again, thank you so much for staying tuned to Tobago Updates Television this morning, Sporting Morning. I want to thank Yaya for sacrificing her night's rest to be with us, and of course sharing what she would have done this season, and of course Seren for gracing us with his presence here this morning. Of course, up next we have Good Morning Tobago. Not with Candice this time, Natalie. She's going to be in the hot seat. I want to encourage you guys to continue to share the live. And when we get back, Good Morning Tobago.
Time check on Tobago Updates is brought to you by Flow, Tobago's newest fiber network.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video call, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store online today at discoverflow.co.
This Christmas we celebrating, cause people.
Our legislative history. I enter a gallery of exquisite beauty filled with portraits of legislative history, heritage curated masterfully by prominent propagators of Tobago's democracy, riches of the earth, borderless seas, and the assimilation of needs, framed magnificently to display what defines the Tobagonian and who we aspire to be. The meaning of democracy, it lives in the arms of the young, the feet of the men, and the minds of the women who participate with passion in our evolving society. Passion and deliberate audacity to see change where there is only adversity. My heritage lives in each breath I take when I march for justice at a rally, for the rights of the disabled, for awareness of cancers and lifestyle diseases, for better roads, education system, internal self-government, financial literacy, transparency, and my prayers for God's guidance, because even when we don't find trouble, trouble go find we. Yes, my heritage thrives in those leaders who seek to raise our consciousness in the obedient child, in the teenager driven with passion for life, and the young adult who is brave enough to search for success her way, not held down by doubt or neutered by patriarchal pressure about her identity. When I walk through the halls of this gallery filled with such riches, I am in awe that the people who raised me gave me these things and asked me to take care of them until it is my turn to pass them on. Today we pass on those riches through a series of events that mark December 4th as the day the seat of democracy returned to Tobago. It was the day the Tobago House of Assembly was inaugurated in 1980. The official celebration started in 2010 through a motion in the Assembly legislature by the then Chief Secretary Orville London. At the time, it was called Assembly Day. 5 years later, it was renamed Tobago Day in a motion laid by leader of Assembly Business, Claudia Groom-Duke.
Tobago Day is about drumming up patriotism and a call to duty for all of our people. And so, on this, the 43rd year of the modern Tobago House of Assembly, we have cause to celebrate and to reflect. This, our 43 year in existence of the modern THA, we have an opportunity to tell the rest of this country and to tell the world that Trinidad and Tobago is not just Trini, but there is a Bago component that is equally rich and riveting and has stories to be told. This is a moment for us to pause and tell our stories and to share the stories of the elderly and the people that we love all around us. This is a moment for us to reflect on how the next generation will become even more patriotic, even more Tobago nationalistic than my generation. This is why Tobago Day is important. And for me, celebrating our independence is important. And I'm happy to put on my red, black, and white to celebrate independence every year. But for me, as a Tobagonian, December 4th is equally or even more important than that. I wish to officially declare Tobago Day celebrations 2023 officially open, and we look forward to a great month of December. But more than that, we look forward to all of the roll-on activities post December 4th that will continuously remind us of who we are and the fact that we ought to be quite comfortable, quite celebratory in the castles of our own Tobago skin.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
It's a brand new morning.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago. You are viewing Tobago Updates Television, and I am Natalie Seeley Richardson. Again, it's a pleasure to spend part of your morning with you. Another interesting lineup this morning for you. So if you are now joining us, I say welcome to you again. And those of you who are staying on from the morning show, thank you for staying with us. We go across to Tanika this morning for news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Natalie. I am Tanika Cruikshank, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Friday, the 8th of December, 2023, brought to you by B-Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Progressive Democratic Patriots political leader and Assemblyman Watson Duke is set to stand trial on 2016 rape charges and indecent assaults. Committed by Port of Spain magistrate Marisa Gomez, Duke was granted $250,000 bail. The charges allege acts of serious indecency and non-consensual intercourse with a union employee at the Public Service Association headquarters and the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Duke, the former PSA president, maintains innocence, claiming he was set up. His trials will proceed following the recent developments. The Gender Affairs Unit of Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection collaborated with the United Nations Populations Fund to conduct a 2-day shelter management workshop in Tobago. Supported by the UN Refugee Agency, the workshop aimed to update stakeholders on shelter operations for the vulnerable. Secretary Dr. Faith B. Israel emphasized the importance of safety in treating with vulnerable communities during emergencies. The workshop held amid the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, focused on gender-based violence awareness and preparedness action. Participants were urged to implement the shared information in their organization. Soon, there should be freedom of movement among CARICOM nations. Minister of Foreign and Common Affairs, Dr. Amory Brown, underscored the significance of unity at the CARICOM Single Market Economy Focal Point Attachment Program in Port of Spain. Brown announced head of government's committee to full free movement of CARICOM nationals and urged engagement with ministries and civil societies. He expressed optimism about realizing free movement through collaborative CSME implementations. CSME Director Leo Preville highlighted successful outcomes for the discussion and stressed adhere to guidelines for implementation. And that was your news in 90 seconds, brought to you by B-Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
News in 90 seconds was brought to you by B-Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
This Christmas we celebrating, cause B-Mobile they coming with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prizes, cause this season will be pure niceness. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price, the most giveaways, the most para. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Bring the Currently we toast to a Merry Christmas. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up or pay your bills. Enjoy the best Trinbago Christmas. Be mobile. Life is on.
Back viewers, you are looking at Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates Television. Joining us in studio this morning is Brian Thomas, Chairman of Pan-Trinbago Tobago Region. Welcome, Brian.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Natalie.
I'm well, and how are you this morning?
Well, I'm okay. Here this morning to give the Island of Tobago an update of the scheduling of the judging in the Panyard Small Bank Conventional competition that was supposed to have started last night. So we got 2 days of competition, which was supposed to start on Tuesday the 7th of December. However, due to the rains last night, we were unable to start the judging. But because of resilience of the Panman, we have rescheduled everything for today. So today, instead of seeing 4 bands last night and 4 bands tonight, we are going to see 8 bands participating tonight.
Before you continue, just to bring our viewers up to speed, we are talking about the rescheduling of the the small conventional steel bands for Panorama 2024. When we talk about Carnival, you know, you have to talk about the steel pan. It cannot be left out. You know, it makes the occasion the occasion. So you mentioned, Brian, that it was scheduled for yesterday and it was postponed because of the weather. Now, what region did you, what part of Tobago were you going to start yesterday? Because I would have heard people also questioning the cancellation of such or postponement of such because the weather was not that bad as expected.
Well, yesterday we were supposed to start in the east, which are the Belgarden, TT and the Eastern Dimension, Plantator, followed to Golden Lane, Plymouth, and then Canaan. But the rains were really heavily had heavy downpours on the east and in Golden Lane also. So we really tried to delay the start of the competition. However, the rains, you know, we had really plenty of rains in those locations at East Belgarden, Golden Lane, Plymouth, and at Canaan.
What is expected to happen this evening in terms of the schedule, what time the judging begins, you know, from what area are you starting, and is this postponement or new schedule for this evening, is it a setback for the schedule of the prelims here in Tobago?
All right, so let me start with the time. We're going to be starting at 6 p.m. At Belgarden. Then we follow to Golden Lane for Citizens Tobago Panthers. Then we will be heading to Plymouth for the Plymouth Betters and Steel Sensation. Then going to Siam Guardians in Crown Point. That was supposed to happen last night. We're going to do those bands first today, and then we're going to head to West Side Symphony at Patience Hill. We're going to go to Uptown Fascinators at the Food Hub, followed to Alpha Pan Pioneers at the RC Church compound, and we're going to end off at 4th Street with our boys. So all 8 bands are going to be judged tonight. Usually it was supposed to be 2 nights, but however, we are going to put everything within those, put all the bands for tonight, because there's a schedule that we have to go to all the different regions in Trinidad after.
Right. And having all 8 bands now rescheduled for one evening, I'm thinking about the judges. You know, is there a concern that a schedule like that may be too much for the judges?
While it may be a lot, it's something that they are accustomed to, because the 2 nights was only introduced about 2 or 3 years now. Usually it used to be all bands doing it in one night. So it's nothing new to the judges. Sometimes in Trinidad, the hours are very long also. So it's nothing new. I don't think it will be much of a problem, although it's an inconvenience at this time. But as I said, the resilience of the pan man, we will make it.
Right, and that's good that there is cooperation and unity, because I am sure that, the band members, the captains, the arrangers, they want to do this and showcase their talent and let the judges know what they have. So that is very good to see that this new schedule can be accommodated, and in such a short time as well. We know sometimes being on the Tobago end, when these things happen, sometimes we have that setback and we are the ones who have to wait. So I'm really happy that this can be resolved so soon. So for the members of the public who may have their pan side they want to support, can they be at the pan yards this evening supporting their pan sides?
Yeah, so we still encourage the members of the public, the supporters, and the community to come out and support the bands. They have been practicing long and hard, and I know they are ready to get this out of the way so we can all qualify to the semi-finals. The all 8 Tobago bands qualifying for the semi-finals.
Yes.
So come out and support and give them that extra boost so we can make this happen.
Right. And even for those who may not be part of the pan fraternity or follow it up, throughout the year, when we talk about small conventional bands, what do we mean by that?
So small conventional bands are bands with the numbers. You have to have between 45 to 60 members. So that's the category. We have the medium, we have 60 to 90 members, and the large we have 90 to 125. So this is only the small category where we have the 45 to 60 members, and these bands are more in the communities. They are more community bands. So it's good that the community and the supporters come out to support them. But most time it is where all these bands are who grow the players, who teach new players, who bring out new players and stuff. So we encourage them to come out and support.
Right. So for those who are listening and you are in Tobago, you have an activity to do this evening, and even with the festive season, there are so many activities on the island. So for you pan lovers, this is one definitely you can look out for, you can be a part of, because it starts all the way in the east, comes right down to the west, and ends in Scarborough. So no matter where you are on the island, you can fit in your community and support your pan side. And we know that a lot of young people are involved, Mr. Thomas. So I think it's a good way of the older ones just showing that support for young people who are involved in something positive. When we talk about steel pan in Tobago, do you see a bright future, or is there a concern that the young people not interested in the pan anymore? What's the feel on the ground in Tobago?
Well, it's quite the opposite when you say that the young people is not interested in the pan, because it's only young people playing the pan. So we support, the young people are the ones that are playing, and the more mature persons are the audience. And so once we have the younger people play, of course there will be continuity with the steel pan. So pan is definitely not in danger. Right? So of course you can always have more players. And every time I have the opportunity, I will see this. I will see pan is the crime plan, because when you have players in the pan tent playing in the night, they are off the streets. So that is a crime plan within itself. So the steel pan is something that you must support. When you have the support from the community and the members, and we have the bands and keep on being functional, you will have the players off the street, and that in itself, as I said, is a crime plan.
It may also appear to some that pan comes alive only at a particular time of year. What is the Tobago region of Pan Trinbago doing so that maybe we can feel a stronger presence, I may say, throughout the entire year?
Well, that was something of the past. Through the new mandate of the president of Pan Trinbago, which also is a Tobagonian, Miss Beverly Ramsey Moore, she has put it that Pan has no season.
Right.
And that is one of the reasons why that we are having the competition so early, carnival competition so early, or late in December. because what she did when she came in as president is spread out the competition throughout the year. So before we had the single pan category in November, and now we are having the small pan, then we go on to the medium, and then we'll go on to the large. We spread probably a whole 6 months. Prior, we only had 2 months of those carnival activities, so it's spread 6 months now. So, that's something good. So her mandate is pan throughout the year. There is no season for pan. This year we have lots of activities. We can't keep up. We had pan in the 21st century right after Carnival this year. Then we had Tobago was involved in heritage. Then right after that we had World Steel Pan Day, which the UN had August 11th, declared August 11th World Steel Pan Day. Then followed that we came into the Tobago Carnival where we had rhythm, steel and powder. And now we went straight into single pan in November. And now we are in the small pan category. So I just rattled off a whole year of events. Each month we had events. So there is no season for pan. Pan is right through. And it is helping with the social ills of the island and by extend the country. So, again, I take this opportunity for people to support the instrument, for corporate Trinidad and Tobago to support bands. And, this is something that is good and worth supporting.
Right, and I like that, if I can make it a tagline, no season for pan. So thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, for sharing this update with us. And, viewers, you can help share the word that the small conventional steel pan preliminary, that was scheduled for last evening is now today, Friday, 8th December, and it begins at 6 p.m. in Bell Garden, works its way through the east, heads to the west, and ends in Scarborough. So share that information because we really want the community to come out and support our young people, support our pan sides on the island. And to those of you who are members of these steel bands, I wish you best of luck, have fun, and represent your steel pan side and your community well. So thank you again, Mr. Thomas.
All right, no problem.
All right, viewers, so we continue having interesting conversations. We are getting ready, of course, to speak to Curtis Douglas, president of the All Tobago Fisherfolk Association. So on the other side of the break, we will sit with him and get some updates as to what's going on in that industry. So, of course, it's time to share the live, share the live, share the live.
To a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning.
Welcome back, viewers. You are looking at Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates Television, and we continue our conversations this morning. Joining me on set is Mr. Curtis Douglas, President of the All Tobago Fisherfolk Association. So good morning, Curtis.
Good morning to you, and share the live, share the live.
That's right. It's never too late. So let the others get in on the action. For those who may not be familiar with this association, can you just give us a broad view of what this association is all about?
All right. This association is the All Tobago Fisherfolk Association. This was founded in the late 80s, 90s. By a group of fisher folks that will be able to represent fisher folk, and in 2004, around there, 2014, it was issued by the High Court to represent all fisher folk on the island of Tobago. So that deal with all the legal matters, all the anything that pertaining to the fisheries, the environment, and the marine space. We are responsible for that. So if a fisherman have a problem, the onus is onto the association. I only became the president in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Right. So it's elected. We have elections to determine who is the fisher folk. So no one just sit in a chair and say, well, that is this. So we also was recognized by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, recognized by the UN. We're recognized worldwide. And we are also recognized in Europe for representing fisher folk in the island. So our dual role and function is like the union for the fishermen to ensure and to promote and to have data, collect GDP, contribute to the GDP at the fishing industry, and give you all a whole cadre of what we do.
And I'm glad that you explained it, because sometimes of course I always say it takes all of us to make the world go.
Correct.
And we have different viewpoints, and you have people who say, but they just fishermen, they just go out and catch fish, why they have to have all that structure and represent who? So it's good to see that there's a voice, there's representation, and you can work together as individuals to accomplish whatever goals the association would have set out.
Before I go further, I would like to make an announcement, Natalie. What happened, we have just lost an ex-fishing boat from Plymouth that was stolen last night, wee hours this morning. They were tampered, some of the boat were tampered, some of the gas jug were tampered with. The name of the boat is Try Again. The owner of the boat, his name is really basically, he goes by Richards or AKA Britain, and they would have stole gas from a boat named Ask Your Mother and stuff like that. So right now we are in the search or in the hunt to see how best we could retrieve back Try Again. It's a blue and white pirogue, 28-footer, to see how best we could get him to earn to prepare again for his family.
All right, so members of the public, Try Again is the pirogue that was stolen. So if you just happen to see it, you should contact your nearest police station. If you are familiar with the fisher folk from Plymouth or any other fisher folk, you can also let them know. And I'm tempted to ask, but that's for a whole different conversation in terms of why people are stealing pirogues. But we're not here to talk about that this morning. If we have time, we can. I want you to give us an update on the Barbados dispute that has been going on and the seismic activity and how it is still impacting fisher folk.
Okay, that is two different matters. The seismic survey different from the beach and prospect what is taking place. Right now, we are waiting to have to convey a meeting with the Chief Secretary to discuss some of the pointers that needed to implement in place to protect our fish in the stock. As a matter of fact, some of the terms that was used is basically that a fence make good neighbors, right? So these are some of the thing, and also we also have to issue him the 10-point plan that ATFA would have in place. For example, just one snippet. One, the present license that Bajan has was since in 1990. That was the last arrangement that was given between Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. Was in 1990. And in 1990, that arrangement was for only 1 year. No, that has since 1990. We're 2023 now.
Right.
And it states quite in the act that if a Bajan ought to come to fish in our waters, they must have a license to fish, and the license was equated at $800 US. We are proposing that sum be increased. So, because I mean, even though they're talking about CARICOM, I mean, Barbados can come in our waters and they take oil and gas and just do as they please.
Right.
There have to be some form of arrangement, and you must pay taxes to the Republic.
Right.
So we are stating that these are some of the measures need to put in place. For example, we need to know there is a feasibility study. We need the scientific evidence to ensure that the Bajans are overfishing, which they are, and we need to take proper precaution, because what should happen if we don't make those decisions now? I'm saying in the next couple of years we wouldn't have flying fish, and if we don't have flying fish, we don't have tuna, we don't have dolphin, we don't have other pelagic species. So right now we haven't came to a settled agreement, so we are waiting on the initiative or the leadership from the Chief Secretary to have that meeting to discuss and the way forward, and have a biological meeting between the Bajans and our assembly to ensure that we work out a arrangement, because a temporary meeting was held between the Foreign Affairs, THA, and the Barbados contingency. But I didn't think anything predominant or sound would have came out of that agreement, because as Mr. Chavez said, he have to meet with us to ensure with Tobago's standpoints, and the fishermen in Tobago's standpoints. So
for him to get a better understanding, and that's fair enough. So let's talk a little bit about the seismic survey that's going on, because I know in the past fisher folk would speak out about it, how it has impacted. Is that still an issue today?
Right. Seismic survey, to those who don't understand, seismic survey is a challenge to fisher folk, but it's also a way of the fishery, the energy company knowing whether we have natural gas and oil in Tobago. I just want to say to people, Tobago is flooded, is overwhelmed, is all over every spit. You gain natural gas and oil in Tobago. This is no news. This is something that Robinson would have spoken about. This is something what we would have done some research with the UN, and we would have came up with. I mean, it's no question about it. Right? Yes. So what the seismic surveys do is give them a geographic data of where to drill, where to extract these natural minerals. Right? So it is saturated with gas and oil. Now, the seismic survey, what it does, it make preservation for marine life, basically, which is dolphins, whales, and turtles. But it have nothing there to state that its fisher folk will be affected. So if they meet a school of fish, the seismic surveys are big streamers, just run the fish and destroy the fish eggs, and obviously so they go to other water. So it make it very difficult for we to catch fish in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years maximum. Right? So we will feel the effect. So normally you will be able to catch, like, let's say 400 or 500 pounds of fish. Seismic survey restrict that to sometimes probably even 20 pounds. Right, so that affect the whole fishing community, and with that now, not only fisher folk, it will affect the entire community of Tobago and Trinidad. So the seismic survey is very detrimental. So what they do, they ask for a environmental clearance. So the gas company, oil company, write to the Environmental Authority for EMA for clearance, right? And EMA upon that send certain restrictions for them to meet with us or whether and do certain things. But obviously, the EMA is controlled by the government, so obviously, so it will pass. But what we are putting in place is that the seismic survey would even though it's going to hurt us, some form of arrangement will be put in place for the fisher folks so that they will be able to survive, because the fishing industry is a large industry and you cannot make all of these people unemployable because of by your actions. So you must work together with us.
There must be some middle ground or
Correct.
compromise. Yes.
Correct.
And of course, you know, we really want to talk about the Fisheries Management Bill, you know, what it is about and where is it in the process, and how, of course, it impacts the association, the members of the association.
Right. The Fisheries Management Bill, this bill is a 450-page document, right? And that 450-page document speaks to mostly entirely about how things should be operated and stuff like that. But my main concern is not only, is not Tobago, is not Trinidad. My main concern is the responsibility of the directors and the fishery management, what it speaks to Tobago and how it speaks to Tobago fishing industry, and what does that mean to Tobagonian, and what does that mean to the daily person that living on the street, and how it would affect them. Because in this bill, it says here in section 7, right, the responsibilities and powers of the director of Tobago. The director of Tobago shall carry out the function assigned to him in the act and shall act on the behalf of the secretary as provided in the act. You can't get a director acting on the behalf of a secretary. I mean, that is where you went wrong. In the act, you have to learn to respect the responsibility of the teacher. It doesn't matter who's in power.
Right. And so that secretary would be the secretary as defined in the act, or?
Correct.
Okay, not Tobago House of Assembly.
Tobago House of Assembly secretary.
Okay.
So he should act in that manner, and he should not take instruction from the secretary.
Okay.
Right? So all of that in itself in one package is very disturbing, because we must learn to follow rules and regulation, right? From the Prime Minister come down, right? And if there are rules in place, it is in place for a reason. It is in place to be followed. So just in the beginning of the act is disturbing to us, right? So obviously we would have, which is artful, we would have responded, right? Because we didn't only argue about the act, you know, we brought solutions to the table, to say, well, this need to be reviewed, and this need to be reviewed, and that needs to be reviewed. But just to give you a little bit of snippet of I know we have limited time.
Yes.
I know we have limited time. So I'll have to just broad straight.
Yes.
The act speak that if you are convicted, right? So if an individual is convicted and you go to jail and whatever, you need to apply for a license to go to fish. Once you are convicted for 2 years or so, you will not be able to get a fisherman license for 2 years. So even if you have your money, you want to buy a boat, and you said, listen, I'm unemployed and you want to go and feed your family, it states that it does not permit you to do so, which is unfair. Because once you're incarcerated and you serve your time, you're not a convict anymore. Right? You have served your time, and we are saying no to that. And everybody must have an equal opportunity in this country, or in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, especially in Tobago, right? So we are saying no to that. That is unacceptable, right? And they are saying in the act as well, if you have a license to fish and I want to take you out to fish, we must have a license separate and apart from that. So we are paying for. So if I want to take you out for fishing, I have to license separate. If I want to take you out for joyriding, I have to have a license. And we are saying that is too draconian. Not in this modern world where people are elevating to greater things. When you adapt disease from other people, you must understand what you're adapting. It's a sickness. But you must be able to be in the position to say no. Right? This would not work for my people, because you just will want to go and take a ride down the road and say, let me just throw a line. Just to throw a rod on the beach. They want to charge you a license for it. And even though you're throwing the license, if you ought to sell me, or a brother said, give me, you catch a bucket of jacks, and I say, okay, you must have a license to sell that individual that. Right? And in the act, it also speaks to the powers of the fisheries directors and staff. They have the right in this bill. They are stating quite clearly, they have the right to enter your home without a warrant, and to search you and your spouse or your family, or to search. Right? They have that power. That is against the law. That's unlawful. Right? That's unlawful because for officers to come into your home, they must have a warrant.
Yes, correct.
And due cause. So you can't give the fisheries officers more power than the police, who is there to abide by the laws and to enforce the law. I mean, we are saying no to all of that. That is unacceptable. So they came, the directors of Trinidad came to Tobago on the 16th of November to discuss or to have a consultation about this bill. Mind you, when they came, this bill was also passed by the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. And after it was passed by the cabinet, they came now to Tobago for consultation. I mean, who does that?
So what was the purpose of the consult then?
The consultation was to find out if Tobagonians or the fisher folks in Tobago agreed with this bill. And if we support this bill and the content of this bill and what it speaks to. So it was clearly rejected by the fisher folks of Tobago. And I would also said, I must say good morning to Ms. Pantin and Mr. Tate. They would have supported the fisher folk in their decision and said they was give us full support in this bill. And it speaks to the rejection in Tobagonians and the fishing.
So I'm just trying to follow the process here. So the consult came not during drafting, but after it was already
What
documented.
happened? It had a slight consultation with the drafting. They call us on 2 drafting. The rest, I don't know what happened. I would call it some kind of miscommunication. But even though the drafting, we would have sent some recommendation. And the recommendation was not astutely set upon to be reviewed. They just threw it out because anything coming from Tobago is totally null and void in their book. But Tobago is a different diaspora from Trinidad. In meaning in terms of certain type of species of fish we catch in Tobago, they don't catch it in Trinidad due to the cleanness of the water. So that's why in Tobago you catch flying fish. Trinidad you don't. I mean, I just want to say Barbados you don't. Barbados do not have any flying fish. So they have to travel all that way to come to Tobago to catch our flying fish. And we must be able to protect our own. But back to the bill. So this bill, when they come to us to ask us about our recommendation or our opinion, what we think about it, it was totally rejected because this bill speaks to even fines up to $1 million US, 500,000, 700 for simple little things, If an officer come to you and you don't have your fisherman permit on you, they have a right to charge you. You don't even have time to produce, even if you're driving a vehicle. And you should get caught with a license. At least the police give you time to present it. They're saying they want a straight fine, of exorbitant. Sometimes the fine is even more than your boat itself. So this needs to be reviewed, and we need to treat it local people, and we need to protect. This bill is supposed to be able to protect the individuals of Trinidad and Tobago, more so Tobago, and to protect the fishing industry and to protect our fish stocks. So ensure that our grandchildren and who come in after us will benefit because of our action that we take to protect the industry. And this bill doesn't speak to that.
And I know our time is up, but I must ask because you have highlighted things where there's great concern. But is there anything standing in the bill as it is that the fisher folk would have agreed to or supported? Anything positive that you would have, seen?
What we would have supported is that if after you would have received a license from the fisheries department and you should get caught in drug trafficking, human trafficking, gun smuggling, trafficking, these sort of trafficking that is life-threatening and disturbing to a building of a community or a republic, we are saying you should the full brunt of the law shall be passed down to you from that point of view. And these are some of the things that we agreed with. If you get in human trafficking, select slave, and these things, the full blunt of the law should be passed on to you. So it have a whole set because, as I said, it's a 450 page document, and to talk about it wouldn't take 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Definitely.
And the Trinidadian took 4 hours, 4 hours in Bessie Zoop and 4 hours in Shore Park to discuss a 450 document. That goes to show the level of interest that they have. And this document did not really have the input of the fisher folks in Tobago because you want to take the directors into gods. And we are saying no to that. And we are also saying no to the board. A board shall be comprised of 7 to 8 people. And we are saying if that is the case, 4 should be from Tobago and 3 must be from Trinidad, because Tobago hold the most wealth of the fishing and the fish stock in the Caribbean.
Right. You know, very interesting developments, and of course we will stay in touch with you, Mr. Douglas, because we would want to know how this develops. So, but we are just about out of time for this interview, but we have another one coming up, of course. We meet with Nkosi Phillips as we talk about activities for this season again. So it's your time to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Number 13B, Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience, offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Welcome back, viewers. I am Natalie Seeley Richardson, and with me this morning is Nkosi Phillips, no stranger to us here in Tobago or Tobago Updates. We are here to talk about Treat the Kids Christmas Party 2 and how you can get involved in this grand activity. Nkosi, you are representing TT Youth's Will Rise this morning. Of course, we also know you are the founder and political leader of Unity of the People, but you are here this morning as a representative of TT Youth's Will Rise. So tell us about this Christmas activity carded for December 22nd.
Right, this is our second year. Pleasant good morning to Tobago and the listeners. This is our second year for the Christmas treat for the kids. So last year I tried it, it was successful. So I said, let me know, come back to the kids again. And the registration was closed off, but a lot of people are still calling for registration. I want to know where to meet. So today I'll be meeting at the mall for 12 o'clock to take more registration.
Which mall is that?
I'm going to the Mall Lowlands Tobago. And then they can also contact us on our Facebook page, Unity of the People, or political leader N. Phillips. And 297-5667, they can message. They get the child's name, age, and the gender of the child, so we could know how to buy the toys and stuff.
Right.
So it's going to be on the 22nd of Friday, the 22nd of December at the Buku community center.
Okay.
It's supposed to start at 12, sorry. We're supposed to start at 12 p.m. At 4, and then we go into the food and hamper drive.
Right, so before you go there, I just want to make sure viewers are clear in case they are interested in having a child registered. So you will be at the Lowland Small Gulf City today. From what time? From
12 noon to 2 o'clock.
All right. For registration, does any monies have to be paid?
Yeah, $100 per child, and yeah, that's it.
Right, so $100 per child. You can meet Nkosi at the mall from 12 o'clock this afternoon if you want to get in on that action. December 22nd from 12 p.m. at the Buku Community Center. So tell us more about the activities surrounding this event.
Right, also, everybody knows TTU to Rise, we always do our hamper and food to drive. Now, the hamper distribution, this year we are doing 8,625 hampers in Trinidad and approximately 100 and something in Tobago. But with the hampers now, what we do, we also have a food to program where we move people from the hamper drive onto the food to program, so there is not a dependency on, okay, I get in a hamper this year. No. So the food to program is a program where
food susu, you're saying. That's interesting.
So, for example, we started off at 100. There's a slot for 100 each month,
right?
And for 12 months, that's $1,200. So you're getting everything. You're getting ham, chicken, cheese, everything, again, a full table.
Right.
So this year the table is even bigger because it was $225, $325, $425, $525, and in each column you get all the list of things that you'll be getting, and it's like a big jug of oil. You have the 3 bags or 10 pounds of sugar.
Right.
It's like a big thing. So this whole table will be full. That's your table.
Right.
So when you come, for example, you take a $425 table, this whole table and maybe a next table will be your table.
Right.
So that way you see the program has been escalating. It has been going great. It's something that should happen in different ministries, especially because you don't have people depending on it. What we do is a rehabilitation program. From taking them off the hamper, we get to know why they want a hamper. Not knowing the children are going to school, the person is not working, so we rehabilitate the household one time. So therefore that person does not become dependent on the government or any NGO at all for a hamper for the next Christmas. So all of that will be happening. We have started distributions in Trinidad already since November. We've distributed so far 1,000 something in the east. We did our next 1,000 in Port of Spain area. So we have a lot of distribution going right up to, I'll be busy until Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I'll be doing distribution of hampers and stuff. So we're going to start with the Christmas treat for the kids. Then at 4 p.m. we're going to do the distribution of the food and hamper drive. And the hamper drive is persons who are registered with the NGO.
Okay.
There is too much double dipping. I had to cut down because I'm not getting sponsors in Tobago.
Right, and I was to ask because you mentioned, 8,600 hampers in Trinidad, 100 or what you mentioned for Tobago. Right, for Tobago, how is this being funded?
We have some supermarkets. Remember, maybe 1 or 2 supermarkets in Tobago alone. The rest, when you ask them, they never have, they never this, they never that. So we don't waste time.
Right.
So whatever excess that I have from Trinidad, I actually bring across to Tobago.
Okay.
And when I reach out to the supermarkets in Trinidad, it's not a problem.
Right.
And as I always say, Trinidad market is they are always willing to give to this project, because the project is not, we work in partnership with them. We also ask them to take in some of the persons who want the hampers, as I said, rehabilitation.
Right.
We ask some of the supermarkets in Trinidad, okay, this person isn't working, take them in. I also call hardware to fix up them. We look at every household, it doesn't have light, it doesn't have this, the kids are not in school, so we rehabilitate them back. So it's a partnership that we have. I want to bring that partnership to Tobago, to the supermarkets here in Tobago, but it has to be a willing participation, because in Trinidad we also have some churches. Some of the churches are visited in Tobago, and we still have some to go to. What is happening? The hamper is $500. We are sponsoring $250, so we're getting 50% of the hampers, and the churches will pay the other 50%, and they're getting everything. You're getting ham, you're getting everything in it. So it's a program we continue to do, and every year, this is our 8th year anniversary for TTU to Rise, and from that, we're just going to continue going. I'm taking a delegation also to the United Nations Women Conference, so you'll hear more from that. So, as I said, it's a lot of work we've been doing, and this year for Christmas, we scaled along to 8,000 because we would have, last year we did 20,000 hampers, and we scaled down because we would have evaluated persons, we would have rehabilitated persons now, and things. So, when I finish, it's like I've been back and forth in Trinidad back distributing hampers. So, it's really good, it's fun.
So, it's about not just giving them a fish, but rather teaching them how to fish and providing that support.
Yeah, that's most of what we do, and I just wanted to highlight it because another person calling, and we cannot help everybody.
Right.
And persons are coming with these sad stories, and I will, as much as I would like to help people, people need to get up and smell the coffee, because a lot of people want help. But when you ask them to support, I've been doing barbecues, I've been doing fundraisers for the year, and the fundraising money is actually to buy hampers to help sustain them.
Right.
And when you ask people they don't want to support, but yet Christmas time you're calling for hampers, I cannot do it. I had to put my foot down this year because we have a budget, we work with this, but every year, this is 8 years we're doing this program, and everybody talking, oh, we didn't know you just do that. No. I'm not going through that sad story.
Right.
We have to get ourselves in order, and this is how we do it.
Right.
So we have
I want us, because the time is running, and I don't want us to dwell on this sad story. I want to come back to our Christmas party, because we're talking about children. It's a festive season. So for those of you who are interested in having your children be a part of this treat, it's December 22nd from 12 noon at Buku Community Center. Again, if you are interested in being registered or registering your child, today is the last day.
Yeah.
Yes?
Well, I will extend it until Monday for the latest. That's it. Monday or Tuesday, because next week I have to go for the toys. So I have to get all the things, because I have to submit the list to Trinidad by, it's supposed to be today. And I just give him because a lot of persons calling still.
All right.
Right?
So you have to move fast, viewers. Those of you who are interested, you have to move fast. To give us that number again so persons can
297-5667, or you can message us on the political page, Political Leader N. Phillips, or Unity of the People, or also on Instagram. Just message the inbox and somebody will get back to you as soon as possible.
Right. And for persons who are interested in even reaching out to donate and contribute, that number again, 297-5667. And there is a Republic Bank account as well, 200-803-591-601. It's on your screen, and the account name, TT Youths Will Rise. But again, just call that number, 297-5667, if you would also like to contribute, whether it's money or toys, or you may be a caterer and said, let me give back in this way, I can do some snack plates, etc. So mark that date. It's all about the festivities of the season, and Christmas, it's a special time for kids. So find activities, do what you can, mommy, daddy, granny, and help make this one a special moment for that child. So of course, we have to say goodbye to our viewers, Nkosi. It is always a pleasure to have you with us and to know what you are doing. So keep up the hard work and don't give up. Although there are some sad stories in there, don't give up. And to you viewers, we love to receive, but it's also a great thing to give. And this is the season. Remember the reason for the season? Be kind, be safe, help someone today. All right, so it's my pleasure to be with you this morning again. I'm Natalie Seeley Richardson, and you have been viewing Good Morning Tobago. And as we say, Tobago, the greatest little island in this planet. All right, so we catch you on the other program. Share the live, or I would say, if you have that link, you share it, because we continue our program right here. Thank you for staying with us. So until next time.